Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today we're working on a project that combines creativity, woodworking skills, and a love for nature. The classic wooden birdhouse. There's something incredibly satisfying about crafting a simple shelter out of wood and then watching as it becomes a safe home for birds in your backyard. Birds are not just beautiful to watch and listen to. They are vital to the ecosystem. They help control pests, spread seeds, and bring a sense of calm and life to any outdoor space. Unfortunately, as cities expand and more trees are cut down, natural nesting spots for birds are disappearing. That's where we step in. A wooden birdhouse provides a secure place for them to nest and raise their young, while at the same time giving you a fun woodworking project that doesn't require a professional workshop to complete. By the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to design, build, and install a sturdy wooden birdhouse that will last for years. And you'll also get plenty of tips on style, decoration, and maintenance, so you can create something that not only works, but also looks fantastic in your yard or garden. The first thing we should talk about is choosing the right wood. The type of wood you use will make a big difference in how long your birdhouse lasts and how safe it is for the birds. Always avoid pressure-treated lumber or wood that's been chemically treated or painted on the inside, because those chemicals can be toxic. The best woods for birdhouses are natural, durable, and safe. Options like cedar, pine, or cypress are excellent choices. Cedar, for example, naturally resists rot and insects, making it a top favorite for outdoor projects. Pine is easy to work with and widely available, while cypress also holds up very well in outdoor conditions. Thickness matters too. Around 3/4 of an inch is ideal because it helps insulate the house. Thinner wood may warp or crack, while thicker wood can be too heavy and unnecessary. Once you've selected your wood, it's time to think about the design. Birdhouses come in all shapes and sizes, but one of the most important factors is the entrance hole. The size of the hole determines which birds will use the house. For smaller birds like chickadees, wrens, or nuthatches, a hole of about 1 to 1.5 inches is perfect. Bluebirds prefer slightly larger holes, closer to 1.5 inches, while sparrows and starlings may require even bigger openings. Since we're aiming for a versatile design today, we'll stick with a 1.5-inch entrance hole, which suits a wide variety of small backyard birds. The hole should be drilled at least 6 inches above the floor of the house, giving the birds enough room to build their nest without being vulnerable to predators that might try to reach inside. The overall shape of the house will be a simple rectangular box with a slanted roof. And that slant is important. It helps rain slide off instead of pooling on top. We'll also include ventilation holes near the top for air circulation and drainage holes in the base so that any water that does get inside can escape. Functionality always comes first, but once you understand the basics, you can get as creative as you want with the style. Before building, let's gather the tools and materials. You'll need your plank of natural wood, a saw for cutting, a drill with a set of bits for making the entrance hole, and other openings, nails or screws, depending on your preference, and either a hammer or screwdriver. Wood glue can add extra strength, but it's optional. Don't forget sandpaper for smoothing rough edges and a measuring tape with a pencil for marking your cuts. If you plan to add a finish, make sure it's a non-toxic, water-based outdoor sealant, and keep in mind that the inside of the house should always remain bare wood for the bird's safety. You don't need a fancy workshop or expensive power tools to do this project. Basic hand tools are more than enough, which makes this a perfect project for beginners or families working together. Now let's build. Start by measuring and cutting your wood into 6 panels: the front, back, 2 sides, a base, and roof panels. The front and back will usually be about the same width, with the front cut slightly taller to accommodate the sloping roof. The sides should match in size and height, while the base is simply a rectangle that fits snugly between them. For the roof, cut 2 panels wide enough to overlap in the middle, creating a little overhang to protect the entrance hole from rain. Once your pieces are ready, drill the entrance hole in the front panel. Use a hole saw or spade bit for a clean, round opening. After drilling, take sandpaper and smooth the edges thoroughly. Birds are delicate, and you don't want their feathers snagging on sharp wood fibers. Next, drill tiny holes near the top of each side panel for ventilation. This helps air flow through the house during hot summer days. Drill a few small holes in the base as well to act as drainage in case rain gets inside. These little details make a big difference in keeping the birdhouse comfortable and safe. With the panels prepared, it's time to assemble. Begin by attaching the sides to the base using screws or nails. Screws are generally stronger and make the house easier to disassemble later if you need to replace a panel. Once the sides are secure, attach the back panel, making sure everything lines up squarely. Then attach the front panel with the entrance hole. Pre-drilling your screw holes before assembly prevents the wood from splitting, especially when working with cedar or pine. After the four walls are attached, it's time to add the roof. Place the two roof panels on top, overlapping them slightly so that water will run off instead of dripping inside. You can make the roof fixed, but I recommend attaching at least one panel with hinges or screws that can be removed. This way, you'll be able to open the birdhouse for cleaning at the end of each nesting season, which is an important part of maintenance. Once the structure is assembled, sand down all the rough edges. Pay extra attention to the entrance hole, corners, and any surfaces where the birds might land or perch. Now, let's talk style and creativity. The design we built today is simple and functional, but the possibilities are endless. Some people love to build rustic log cabin-style bird houses using small branches and bark to create a woodland look. Others prefer modern, minimalist bird houses with clean, geometric lines that look like pieces of outdoor art. You can also go whimsical, crafting bird houses shaped like cottages, barns, or lanterns. Just remember that no matter how creative you get, the key measurements, entrance hole size, ventilation, drainage, and safe materials must always be respected. Birds won't care how stylish the outside looks, but they will benefit from a design that keeps them safe, dry, and comfortable. Think of the style as your personal signature on the project. Building a birdhouse is more than just a woodworking project. It's about creating a safe environment where life can thrive. Imagine waking up in the morning, stepping outside, and hearing the chirping of baby birds inside the house you built. It's an incredibly rewarding feeling, knowing you've given back to nature in such a simple but meaningful way. It's also a great project for families. Kids love seeing the process from start to finish, and it's a wonderful way to teach them about woodworking, patience, and the importance of caring for wildlife. And there you have it, your complete guide to building a wooden birdhouse. From choosing the right wood and planning the design, to cutting, assembling, finishing, and installing, you now have all the knowledge you need to get started. This project is simple enough for beginners, but rewarding enough for experienced woodworkers too. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future DIY projects. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me what type of birds you're hoping to attract, or share your own birdhouse designs and ideas. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy building and happy bird watching.